CTV family. Catch us live on your TV screens.
Tell me.
Zizi. Welcome back, ladies and gents. Listen, what I want to tell you guys is if you've missed the first part of the show, I don't know where you've been. Actually, log off right now because we're tired of you. But no, I'm joking. Stay right here. You can still have an opportunity to learn. Who are joining us in the studio is Arasa, ambassadors from Arasa, who are talking to us about what is bodily autonomy as well as integrity. If you don't know what that is, I'm sure these two are going to tell us right now. Just a young recap.
No, it's basically, guys, about owning your body, being conscious about the rights that you have. I think also just one thing that we lack as people is that, yes, there's a constitution that is in place, but do you know the rights that are afforded as you as a citizen in South Africa? Which is very important for us to actually have these discussions. This is why Ekse is bringing you this episode today so that you guys at home can be informed and go inform your grandmothers. Like, play part in deconstructing some of the norms that need to be deconstructed in society so that we move into a society that is welcoming of everyone for who they choose to be.
And what I love about this is that it covers almost everybody. By everybody, I mean whether you're queer or you're straight, every creed,
you're a woman,
every religion, every culture. If you are in need and you need help, if you are lacking knowledge and you need more information, Arasa is the place to go when it comes to
bodily anatomy.
Yes.
And everything in between. Like I've said, the ambassadors are joining us from Arasa, and we were talking earlier about what it means to have body autonomy when it comes to being a queer body. But now we're going to talk about what it means when it comes to bodily autonomy when it comes to people living with HIV and AIDS.
We live in in a time when there are ARVs. We live in a time when there is information. We live in a time when there are so many tools available for people to keep themselves safe and to keep the person they love safe. And we need to acknowledge that bodily autonomy very much means being able to keep yourself safe, keep yourself healthy. And we need to understand that we need to ensure access to services. We need to ensure that those who are HIV positive have the ability to find information on how they can keep themselves safe, that they have access to the tools to do that, and that they are not discriminated against because of who they are. And just because they are HIV positive, it doesn't mean that they should not be allowed to do certain things. We come to a point where we need to understand is that we finally get to, we have the medication, we have all of the tools there for people who are HIV positive to still lead a very fruitful and happy life. And it is, as a society, it's our responsibility to ensure that HIV positive people are able to do that, that their bodily autonomy and integrity is respected, that their right to health is respected, that their right to express themselves is respected.
Sarah, I would assume that Arasa would have different campaigns every now and then. Is there a new and current campaign that you're running with? What is it and what is it about?
Because body and health is so diverse, right? And so we feed our campaigns into various things that come up, various like Women's Month, you know, so we have the show. There is people who use drugs, so it's those campaigns. So, but I think our work is informed by the work of the partners on the ground. Okay. So for instance, if there is, and it's linked to what is emerging in that particular country, for instance. So in some of the countries, you'll find that there's an uproar around legalizing abortion. And so our partners will work on the ground and we will provide the regional support or global support for that particular campaign. So it is very needs-based in terms of what is actually happening on the ground. But Arasa also has various campaigns that we do throughout the year in a nutshell around, and the umbrella around bodily autonomy and integrity.
Yeah, and you speak about regionally, so I'm guessing you're not only based in South Africa, but there's so many different places that you touch. So can we just dive into that and how that's actually diversifies? Because I'm sure South African women don't have the same problem as people in America, as people in Japan. You know, there's so many different things that vary when it comes to that.
Oh, and definitely, and so me sitting in Cape Town, as a woman, my struggle is linked to somebody's struggle that's sitting in Zambia or Uganda, you know. And I think sometimes in Cape Town, we become so single-focused about, we are poor, we have this, but it is so refreshing to hear what's happening across the region, that my struggle is the same. Someone else defining as differently, you know, has the same problem. And so we have linkages. So we work in 18 countries across Southern and East Africa, and mainly with young people. And so it is about creating forums and platforms for young people to engage on this topic, to say, oh, I didn't know that in Uganda there's that. And so it is about peer learning and saying that actually I have the same struggle, but how can we go as a united force against policymakers? Because I think if we are many, we have a lot more power.
Definitely. And then what is the next step after we have educated and conscientized people about bodily autonomy and integrity? What social responsibility do we have as people that are informed about bodily integrity to the society?
Well, we have the responsibility to keep each other accountable, to talk with each other, to ensure that when we that when we see things happening that need addressing, that we go and address them. That accountability is such a strong force. We need to not just hold our politicians accountable for example, financial issues, but we need to hold them accountable for the fact is that there's a constitution in South Africa, and you have a responsibility to uphold the principles of that constitution, and that includes rights that are basically related to bodily autonomy and integrity. But even beyond that, it's about solidarity. It's about connecting and supporting people in other countries who might not have the same legal protections as people have in South Africa. You know, it's the laws might be different in each country, but the fight is the same. Right?
Yeah, everybody counts, you boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Manene, nani, manene, guys. Hashtag stand for BAI. That's bodily autonomy and integrity. We asked you to send us your clips and messages via our WhatsApp line 0746500202 and Ditsego send this little clip. When we return, we dissect and say goodbye. Check it out.
Ditsego. I am a journalist, a writer, a broadcaster, and I'm also an LGBTI activist and transgender activist. And I'm here to remind you all about body positivity. In today's world, with all the pressure that we get from the media to look a certain way, with the West and the East and everybody else in between influencing and determining what is the standard of beauty for today, it's very hard for one to firstly be sure and certain of their own looks and their own beauty. And also it's very hard when you're trying to conform to those set standards of beauty. And I'm just here to remind you that we are all beautiful in very different ways. Be very positive about your body, because your beauty comes from inside. It is when you are confident and you know your story and you know your stuff and you believe in the stuff that makes you magical and the stuff that makes you unique. It is when you have all of that knowledge that your beauty really does shine through. And even if you are not happy with your current body and you are working towards your revenge body, your goal body, your thin inspiration, remember to always love the current body that you occupy. Remember that your body is your vessel during your time here on earth, and it's the only body you have. And if you spend that time hating your body, it is a life not well lived. This message goes to everyone, especially queer people and members of the LGBTI community who life is already so hard for. Do not go and make your life even more difficult by adding on to pressures and hating your bodies. Remember to remain body positive, because life is already difficult. Don't make hating your body another thing on the list of things that make life difficult. Remember to love yourself, and it will show. It will show in the way you carry yourself. It will show in your interactions with other people, and it will show in the love and the work that you do and the love that you exude. And always remember to be kind to yourself and of course to others. Thank you.
Yeah, and be kind enough to take care of your own body, because you do not have a second body. She told you, and I'm telling you too.
Also, your body is your vessel, and you have only one life to live.
You only
Yes,
have
of
one
course.
life.
Yes, of course. You love your body, you treat your body, and also as another person, respect another person's body as well. Because I mean, if you only going to respect your body and not respect another person's body, you're going to only belittle that other person. So it's very important that as citizens, we play a very crucial role in empowering each other.
Websites to follow you, social media handles, quickly.
We are on Facebook, so you can just Google our name and search for us on Facebook. And our website is www.arasa.info.
www.arasa.info.
But even more so, we were a regional organization. Like, do some Googling. Find which organizations work in your neighborhood. Find organizations that work on women's rights, on anything, and try to see how you can contribute. It's not just about one organization, it's about all of us.
Thank you so much for coming through. I feel like Arasa can teach us a lot of things because we've got different campaigns. The next time that you run another one, Ekse Live is here for you. This is the platform. Thank you for choosing us as your source of entertainment. Umihlali, intombi yakaqoqonyeka. Lwandile, intombi Zazu. As well as myself, Mami Moon. We'll see you on the other side of this, which will be tomorrow morning between the hours of 8 and 9. And of course, we're going live tomorrow between 4 and 5.
And then if you missed us, I don't know where you were, but don't worry, you can still find us on YouTube at Ekse Live.
Yes,
But for
tomorrow.
now, we have to love and leave you guys. Lama, do we have something for tomorrow?
No.
DJ Turn Up is going to be here. So make sure that you come
See you,
along.
Gamsa.